The Immaterial Games Podcast with these guys.
Welcome to the Immaterial Gamers Podcast, episode
Hooray.
88. This is currently day X of the month of the year 20XX.
Is it just me, or are you losing track of days? No matter, like, what day of the week are we even on?
Yeah, I mean,
I think it's Sunday.
yeah,
Yes.
I mean, as a recording day, it is Sunday. Though
Said that with about 70% confidence.
Yeah.
I could even give it you a 50.
Yeah, I just realised one day it was Sunday and it was warm. We still got, it's our public service announcement on here. I mean, it's Tuesday, so we're getting the unseasonably warm weather again. So please stay the fuck indoors.
No.
Yeah, I mean that's what half of England are saying as well. No, one's got to sunbathe in a park. No, you don't. That might just be me. Blitz spirit only
Yeah,
goes so far.
It is a real shame, actually, that the weather's so nice.
The world is taunting
you
us.
wanna- makes you wanna go
Yeah,
outside.
it's like, fuck you.
It's like I don't think we've had rain in like 10 days here. We've had positives, lots of sunny weather. We're at 2 digits on most days. It's very nice weather, honestly.
I actually saw a meme about Ontario the other day and Toronto about how normally in April it's snowing.
Yeah.
That's
Is
not
it?
unusual, yeah. I mean,
And it's like,
It's either
this
snow
is
or
what
rain.
happens when we're all meant to be in work, school, and everything else. Snow. When we're all quarantined, blistering sun.
Yeah.
it's
No
not even-
April
it's-
showers
it's
either.
quite
It
pleasant.
seems to be the world's reaction to that. You're quarantined, the sun's coming out.
Yeah. Well, we were just saying, just because of like our country's inability to follow simple instructions, we were saying that because they keep putting the weather on, they keep making us see the weather. They should just turn around and just lie to us. Just like,
gonna
welcome
rain.
to the weather. It's shit. Stay indoors.
It's
Don't
gonna
look, don't
rain.
look outside. It's the ozone layer. It'll burn you alive. Stay indoors.
You know for a fact, you could turn around and go, there's going to be a nuclear downfall in Britain, and everyone will probably still go outside to watch it.
Yeah, we just put on some factor 50 sunblock and
Yeah.
some sunglasses, and the nuclear radiation will just not bother us.
It sounds like the British thing.
Yeah. So speaking of cynical British tendencies, hi, I'm Ryan, a cynical person from England, and joining us.
Cynical Brit, R.I.P.
Yeah, rip TB.
So that means
Gone
we
too
need an
soon.
optimist, a realist, and an undecided now, right?
Yeah, it's very agreed on there. But joining us, we got Duncan, who is an
Yo.
emotion.
Duncan's an emotion? What
I
emotion
never would
is
have
Duncan?
guessed.
Sweet emotion.
Yeah,
I'm going to go with contentment.
contentment. Okay. The
Is that for you, Steph, or is that for Duncan? 'Cause
That's
I
for
don't
Duncan.
think I think
Content
Duncan's
Canadian.
emotion is dying, but that's just a personal.
Everybody's dying, but dying's not a feeling.
Yeah, the
Well,
dying
it
Canadian
can be.
doesn't sound exactly very cheerful, does it?
Duncan's been like super dying lately.
Oh, super dying.
Super
That's-
dying.
Am I
Dying
incorrect?
squared. It's not great because the problem is like for like probably about 4 months leading up to this, I've already been like partially quarantined in the sense that like I've only been working 2 days a week. I have no school. I have no hobbies. Not really very many friends. So
Wow, rude.
I've spent most of. What do you want from me? Wow. You've been in school. Anyway, so before I was rudely interrupted by the wrong child.
The wrong child.
That's what she is. She's a child and she is incorrect about everything.
Jesus.
That's fair.
And but anyway, I've just been relegated to 15 hours of work a week for about 4 months leading up to this, and now I'm not doing any work, and so it's like my brain was already kind of on the melt before this all started, and now it's just kind of going into overtime.
No, it's no good. But let's think of it this way. There's only so many times you can take the same trip to your Asda supermarket, going and sitting in the same queue of ignorant people who don't know how to follow a simple direction on a floor. It's
See,
what
I've
can be
got
done
none of
so I
this
can go back to
issue.
work.
I've got none of this issue, and going back to work is something I wouldn't mind.
Yeah.
I'll let my mum and dad do my shopping for us, seeing that you're limited in Tesco's. It's limited to how many people can go in. So
Yeah.
it's one person per trolley. No one else is allowed in with you. So basically, my dad's going in with his own trolley. So my mum's kind of going, okay, you get the fruit and veg, I'll get this. If we need more or something, we'll just go. We'll get 2 milk for me, 2 milk for you. That should do us the week because we normally buy 4 milk.
Yeah. Which
So
you can't do on the
what-
3
yeah.
per person rule.
No, in Tesco, it depends on what items. It's 1 or 2 on most items.
Dear. It's depressing. So we've also got Andrea.
I am also here.
The wrong child, as we've been told.
Yeah.
It's my new
Andrea,
name.
comma, the wrong child. And then we've got Steph.
Yay! I'm becoming a little gym buff in this. I've got a multi-gym in the back garden, so got nothing to do, might as well use it.
Yeah, I've been noticing my biceps have been increasing because I've just been using these bloody hand resistors. But nothing else of the body is working on the exercise, probably apart from the legs. So I'm gonna look like a fucking Dorito by the end of the month.
I was doing some push-ups.
As long as you're not just doing one hand.
No.
just
Yeah,
do one
well, yeah,
hand.
just
I
did
think that'll look hilarious.
a bunch of push-ups and squats.
Yeah, I should probably get back doing them as well.
Have you ever seen the picture of the world champion for arm wrestling?
No.
Look it up. One arm looks like a twig. The other arm might as well be an elephant's trunk. That's how bad professional arm wrestlers are. One arm is like a brick, tree trunk, and the other arm looks like it's never seen sunlight.
No, that's not right. That's not right. Oh dear God.
You just looked at it, hadn't you?
Yeah.
I was
And
watching a few days ago about a documentary about the world champions of arm wrestling and that, and I thought
like
that
a-
looks nasty.
It looks like a charger from Left 4 Dead.
Yeah.
Mhm. So we had a famous like TV host in the
think it's
UK
one of
called Jamie Beadle, and my God, if you ever look at like a picture of his hands, one is smaller than the other.
Is it?
Oh yes,
I never know.
it's quite mad. I mean, it's not as crazy as people take.
Do you think what some of the psychos in Borderlands might be based on like arm wrestlers?
Maybe.
Because you got the big psychos that have the massive arm and like the little twiggy arm.
Yeah, that is
Maybe.
true. God, we're going down a rabbit hole here. Yeah, what's been played? Woo!
What's being played?
That's an excellent question.
Are we
Yeah.
starting the way we normally do from the top?
If you want, yeah, that starts with Duncan.
Well, So I guess that's me then. Oh boy.
I mean, we could ask Craig.
Craig,
what
what
have
have
you
you
played?
played?
And then Craig's like, I have been playing
be fair,
Borderlands 3.
Yeah, to be fair, he keeps saying playing Craig.chat. So,
What do you think it's like what do you think that's like? Like, do you think it's like a visual novel? It's
No,
gotta
no.
be, right?
It'll be a visual novel, but what you don't know is Craig's been playing whatever we've been playing verbally. So he'll be like, I played The Room verbally.
oh god, right. So hold on. So instead of a visual novel, he's basically an audiobook.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Okay. Cool. Thank you very much, Craig. Right now, Duncan.
Me, okay. So here's the thing, right? The only like new game that I've played in this last 7 days is a game that I know Andrea would probably rather talk about and would have way more to talk about.
Why don't you introduce us to it, and Andrea can take it from there.
Yeah, you can introduce it,
Oh.
and then when it's my turn, I'll just go off.
So yeah, I guess we could give it sort of different perspectives on it because we have, we're interacting with the game in a very different ways.
See, for what I've played, I need Ryan with because I've only played it for about half an hour,
Fair enough.
and I know
So-
Ryan's played it much longer.
So a certain game that my sister has been just literally bouncing off the walls for months and months and months, waiting for it to come out.
Yeah.
A little game called Persona 5 Royal, which is the remake, re-release, remaster, super mega definitive edition of Persona 5.
Yeah, boy.
So I played Persona 4. I played like, I don't know, halfway through it ish.
About half, yeah. Like half, maybe just a little under.
And I thought it was like okay. I was like there were parts that I liked, and then there were parts that I kind of was like, kind of wish this could have been a lot better. Eventually, I kind of abandoned it. I never finished it.
I wasn't mad about that.
Didn't quite suck me in, honestly. I
You
always
didn't
thought
get dragged into the Midnight Channel.
He's alive.
no, I didn't go to the Midnight Channel. But Persona 5 always looked like it was at least better than Persona 4. Like it was at least a little bit more exciting looking.
Stylistically, it looked pretty cool.
Yeah, and
Look at it. Its color palette is screaming at you.
and for a little while, my sister and I have been talking about ever since we started doing these Let's Plays, these Better Together play sessions together.
Yeah.
We've been talking about maybe doing, a playthrough of Persona 5 together, because it's like my sister's favorite game or whatever.
Hi.
And but when it was announced that the remake was coming out kind of soonish, she decided to put it off until it came out. So now it's out, and now we're playing it together, and we're doing a play session of it.
Yeah, you are. And
Sent
we'll
the-
use
sent the files to Ryan the other day.
Yeah, well, in that case, we'll use the podcast to announce that that Better Together returns Monday, the 13th of April.
Not with Fire Emblem, though.
No, it returns with Persona 5 Royal, as Duncan said. The files.
So that means we'll probably get to Fire Emblem in like 2023.
Yeah, maybe.
If
It depends how long this
There's no way we can. There's no way we're gonna just put it off until Persona 5 is done. We're gonna have to fit the rest of it in the schedule somewhere.
Maybe even if it just ends up turning out to be alternating episodes,
I
Something
think
like
I
that.
mentioned that like the day we started talking about this, like yesterday or something.
Because if we wait until after Persona 5 is over, like it literally will not be done this year.
Yeah, what's the average play?
Unless we're
on
like
Persona?
that good.
Like 140
Persona
hours?
5's Persona 5's like if you know what you're doing, it's like an 80-hour game.
Yep.
That's ridiculous. I can't imagine what a speedrun in that game looks like.
I want to try speedrunning it.
I bet that the speedrunning and casual playing community have 0% crossover. I bet the people who play Persona 5 casually look at the speedrunners and go, "You're not playing the game correctly. That is unacceptable. I don't even want to talk to you."
I do want to try speedrunning it because I feel like an any percent speedrun would actually be pretty easy, but like trying to do 100% would be kind of finagly, especially if you're not doing it on New Game Plus, because I think it's actually impossible.
Oh yeah. But yeah, no, we're playing it. We're kind of doing an alternating hot seat.
Except for when we're not.
Doing with like whatever. It's the idea is alternation. For our playthrough.
Well, just to let you know, I've looked it up. The world record for Persona 5 speedrun is 16 hours, 12 minutes, and 23 seconds.
Yes.
That is actually longer than I thought it would be.
Yeah, that's
considerably
that's a
longer
hard
than I
mode.
thought it would be.
Yeah, that's a hard mode true ending run.
It just says
True
hard
ending.
mode.
Okay.
There is another one which is a hard true end, which is 17 hours and 5.
Is that any percent or is that 100%?
That'll be an any percent run, I think.
All right. Well, now I know what I'm doing when I beat Royal. Going back to the
16
original.
hours.
And there
Keep
is
it
a
going,
New
yeah.
Game Plus ending in easy mode. Speedrun is 12 hours, 25 minutes, 51 seconds.
That's not surprising.
They do have some specific rules on here. DLC is not allowed, safety difficulty is not allowed, and network functions are not allowed.
That last one's a little weird. I don't know why they don't want network functions, because they don't really do much to change the pace of the game.
Mm,
Because like DLC personas I get because you can literally just get a level 85 persona for free at the start of the game.
yeah. And then another one on here.
Well,
There's hard drive types as well. Solid state opposed to like just your normal optical discs. But anyway,
But yeah, I
Yep.
mean, we're barely into it. Like, to say that we're 4 hours into our playthrough so far is basically the same as saying we've played the game for 14 minutes.
yeah,
Like,
that sounds right.
really, like Persona is Persona, man. Like, they bash you over the head with setup and story and prologue before they actually get you into the meat of the things. Persona 5 is even better about it than Persona 4 was. Like, Persona 4 is like you could watch the entire Lord of the Rings trilogy back to back before you actually
Like the
and
fir-
finish that before you actually got to like the core gameplay of
Gameplay.
Persona 4.
yeah.
By the way, if you're going to record the speedrun of Persona 5 hard true ending, if you can get somewhere between before 20 hours, you're in the top 10.
Oh yeah.
Because I've just found a website that has the ranked
Wow.
1 to 11.
Oh yeah, no, I'm looking
Under
right now.
20 hours gets you in the top 10 and the world record 17 hours. There must not be a lot of people who do this.
The world record 16 hours. 12
And there's
minutes.
there's only 11
Yeah.
ranks here, so
Well, there you go, Andrea. You
actually
can become
most of them were done in the past year, probably for all the hype for Royal. Maybe that's what I'll do when I beat Royal. I'll just go back to the original
can-
and record a
you can-
speedrun.
you can become one of the top 10 fastest Persona 5 players of all time in the entire world. In all of
can be-
human history, Andrea.
I can be Small Ant, and Persona 5 can be my Mario Odyssey.
Well,
That's a
it'll
very
definitely
different-
put the mark
that
on
is
for us for
extremely
indie gamers.
different.
We actually have one of the top 10 players for a game.
Mm.
It's kind of different because it's like when to compare yourself to Small Ant, because Mario Odyssey is like the second most popular speedrun game of all time or something like that,
Oh, so he's like actually a
next
big
to like
deal.
Mario 64. So to be, competitive in that category is insane. You like legitimately have to be insanely skilled and dedicated. But to be fair, he did basically like invent a category to be the best in. He didn't really
Oh.
invent it, but it was like a 0.1% of the speedrunners played in his category. But he just happened to be like really popular because he has a lot of viewers. So like he took his enormous viewer base and got the world record in that category, and he technically made it the most viewed category, like on average, because no one, he was just more people watched his streams than like anyone else's. So he did game the system a little bit.
Mm.
But anyway, Persona 5, I can't really say much about it yet. It looks very pretty, the music's great, but like I say, we've been playing like 14 minutes. There's a lot to get into, and Andrew will tell you more about the game itself and her spiel. And
As the expert
I'll
here.
talk more about my experience with it in future podcasts, I'm sure. It'll be like whenever I don't have anything else to talk about, that'll probably be my fallback.
It's the new 3 houses.
Yay!
Fair dues.
Literally, like
So
in all
Duncan-
senses.
Quick, how long do you think it'll take you to speedrun 3 houses?
Okay then, fair enough. Oh, that's a laugh of like, don't even think I'm going to be trying to do a speedrun of 3 houses.
Well, people have done it.
Yeah, people speak.
Hour and a half.
An hour? I mean, yeah, that makes sense.
Off.
Hold on. Fire Emblem 3 houses. How many like, no one must have speedrun it, right? Yeah, like, Duncan, if you speedrun this game at all, you'll get into the top 10.
Wow.
Yeah. Did you know the top oh wait, no, that's Black Eagles. Did
Eh,
you know
So I
that
don't know how long my microphone's been off, but I've been literally trying to interrupt for like 2 minutes while you're talking about 3 house
oh shit,
speedruns.
sorry. What's up?
It's like, yeah, no, I did not. I knew it wouldn't be that long to do 3 houses because you can just skip like 100% of the dialogue and cutscenes and stuff.
Yeah.
And there are so many ways you can speed up the gameplay itself. Like, yeah, no, you could absolutely just blaze through
Oh my god, if
3
you do an
houses,
Ashen
like an hour or so.
if you do an Ashen Wolf speedrun, you'll get there no matter what because there's
I
nothing
know.
there.
I know I can do that because I literally took a game from almost the beginning, like not even using like real speedrun strats, just like skipping a lot of faff that I've already seen. I just casual speedrun strats, we'll call them. I got a game that was like almost in the beginning to the halfway point in an afternoon, like 3 hours. So I know that you can cut a lot of 3 houses out.
Fire Emblem 3 hours.
Fire Emblem 3 hours. It would be more impressive if the actual speedrun world record was
3 hours.
higher than that.
Oh god. Oh, no, just
Don't
keep
I-
thinking about
don't
speedruns.
I'll tell you because I know what game Ryan's going to talk about. We'll talk about the speed run of that when it comes to it.
Funnily enough, I was actually I was searching for that while I was putting it on, just so we could have it there as reference. But yeah, I've been playing My Friend Pedro. It's a weird little game. It's basically a run and gunner, where you're an unknown masked
To be
guy.
honest, my friend Pedro, because I've seen gameplay of this and I actually like the looks of this game, it is a speed run of its own
Yeah,
for the way you have to play.
so it's according to a Wikipedia entry, it's a shoot 'em up video game developed by Dead Toast Entertainment and published by Devolver. Of course, it's published by Devolver. And yeah, you're just a guy who wakes up in a basement, who's about to get chopped up by the local gang lord, and you're roused awake by what is described as a sentient banana called Pedro.
Just a typical morning, you know?
Yeah. And your aim on that is to sort of get out, eliminate anyone in your way, and figure out why everyone's hunting you down. Probably because you're talking to a banana. Maybe that's just me.
That could be
I
a
wouldn't hunt
factor.
you down for that. That'd be something that will probably make you be my friend.
Well, I mean, it depends on what the banana tells him.
True.
But the banana just sort of like small talks with him, wants to be his friend. That's cool. But like
The
once the
one
banana
question
starts
is-
making suggestions about who should live and who should die, that's you
That's
gotta,
quite,
you gotta,
yeah. It
you gotta
depends. If it
ignore
says I'm
that.
living, I'm happy with the banana. I have to say, have you seen it in pajamas yet?
I have not seen it in pajamas yet, no.
Because I wonder if they're going to make that reference in that game.
Why do I feel like this isn't the first time Bananas in Pajamas has come up while I've been on a podcast?
It's the first time I've had it, so.
Mm.
Bananas.
Maybe I've just officially lost it from the
pajamas.
inside for so long.
Maybe you're getting deja vu. She's psychic. Duncan, tie it down. Get a lottery numbers.
Jesus. Now, while you're doing that, I'm looking into this and finding that this is actually effectively a remake of a Flash game from 2014 that was called Max Plantain, My Friend Pedro.
How do you
I think
spell-
it was just called My Friend Pedro. It just wasn't.
Was that
the Max
supposed to be
Plantain
like a
wasn't.
reference to Max Payne?
I don't know. Maybe. I think that was
Max
whoever the
Plantain,
person
Max
at.
Payne?
Yeah, I think that's whoever the person at Rock Paper Shotgun decided to just write it down as a joke.
Wow, a 10 out of 10. It's got achievements.
Yeah.
That's
Oh
always
yeah. 10 out of 10 would peel again. That was poor. I apologise. But yeah, the goal of the game is to get from one end of the level to the next, shooting everyone in your way, and you can do it stylishly. You have a bullet time focus meter, which slows down time, like every other game that has that mechanic. You can flip in the air. You can do a ballet dodge. Everything's all great. You get points based on your comboing of killing of dudes. If you get two weapons, you can split your aim, so you can fire at two people at once.
Two twin stick shooter.
Yeah. Well, in a sense, yeah. It's more the case that you push the left trigger and it'll just lock on a target, and then you can still aim with the right stick for that as well. But yeah, so far so good. I've got through a few of the levels. Some of them gaining good ranks, some of them gaining not. You graded from C to A or C to S, and the grades will always stand for something different each time. And I completed about 3 levels, and one it was B is for Bravo, B is for bananas, and so on. And yeah, I've not learned anything about myself, but I've killed the gang leader.
feel
But
like
now I'm
you
let
should
loose
always
on by a bunch of bounty hunters. So
Just
Hmm?
when you thought one problem was ending.
yeah. What was that, Steph? By the way?
I assume that B should always be for banana.
No, it can be for
Banana.
bonkers and bravo. That
Has it
C
come
is
up
for
with
clumsy as well. But Pedro's face keeps changing based on your rank, and sometimes if you get yourself a nice kill streak, he'll just pop into your screen, smile, and get in your way while you're trying to shoot someone.
So basically,
Well, that
you're
sounds
getting
like
a
an
kill streak.
annoyance.
Let's see if I can stop you.
Yeah. Makes me
Sounds
feel
more
that
like
you
a
guys
me
are
than a
listening.
Pedro.
My friend Stefan.
Can't believe Stefan's legal name was Pedro this entire time, and also he was a sentient banana.
Yeah.
Stefan Pedro Hall.
Shh.
He'd probably
So-
take it over what he's got.
Why?
Well, that made fun of you for that one. Give it a name. Done it.
Da-da. So yeah, that's me talking about my friend Pedro. So back to Persona talk.
We never saw it coming.
Unless she's got something else she wants to talk about.
That's also a total option. I mean, I know I set you up for it, but honestly, you can talk about whatever you want. If there's, I mean, I don't know what else you've been playing.
I haven't. I played Slime Rancher for a bit. Did you know the world record speedrun for that is 13 minutes?
For
Yeah, I
what?
bet.
Wow.
For Slime Rancher.
Wow.
Jesus Christ.
You don't.
Oh,
I
we missed
imagine.
it. We skipped it as
I
well.
imagine in a 13-minute speed run, you probably don't do a lot of slime ranching, do you?
Nope.
I want to check something. There's a game I find really annoying, and I want to see what speedrun that is. It's called Minute.
Oh,
Minute
MINIT.
to win it?
Oh, it's got to be 52 seconds, right?
59 seconds and 5.
Minutes.
Oh, I see.
7 minutes.
Huh.
But it wasn't a minute to win it. It was 7.
Real time is 7 minutes. In-game time, let's call it just under 7.
Hey, what is it? I guess we shouldn't talk about minute now. We can talk about minute later. Anyway, Persona. Yes, that was what I was going to talk about.
Yes.
Like,
Take us
unrelated.
away.
Hooray! So Persona 5 Royal, from the perspective of someone who has beaten the original Persona 5 on multiple consoles a few times at least, I genuinely adore it so far. Just takes
Nice.
everything you had in the old Persona 5, gave it a nice little squeaky bath. Yeah, they actually made a couple changes to most of the portraits, made new portraits. We've also introduced new characters, and I love all of them so far. Every
Mhm.
single one. Which is great, because the thing I've loved doing this entire time, and by this entire time I mean the past 5 days, is comparing and contrasting it with Persona 4 Golden, which is basically the same thing, except it was Persona 4, so it's not good.
I like Golden.
I didn't like Golden. You want to know why I didn't like Golden?
on.
Her name is Marie.
Ah, okay, understood.
Okay, wait. What's wrong with Marie?
Literally everything. There are very few positives I have for her, other than she's kind of cute, I guess. Good talk.
Oh, I can't disagree, to be honest.
Like, Marie set my expectations for Kasumi. Kasumi's her name. She's the main waifu poster girl for Royal. But like Kasumi, Maruki, and Eggchild, whose name I'm afraid to pronounce, all of them are wonderful. All of them are wonderful. I love them so much. And I don't want to jump to conclusions, because currently I've just barely beaten I've just barely started the 3rd dungeon. But I think, in my opinion anyway, Maruki might be the example of a perfect Persona character. He's just good.
Yeah.
Yeah. Basically, he's just this, therapist because everyone's traumatized after the first arc of the game. And the school mandates you see him because you're awful. So you go see him, and as you progress through his confidant, you actually get abilities that are the most useful in the game, as long as you don't count the ones that let you get the true ending completely. Just to read them off. Confidant. I'm sorry, I should have planned ahead. It's not telling me. I'm mad. Okay. But just to give an example, some of the abilities you can get is like you can just recover from a status ailment instantly. So say you've been brainwashed, you don't have to worry about stabbing your best friend in the throat. You're good.
That's a relief. I was really worried about that.
Ryuji, no. Although I mean Morgana, I'd gladly punt Morgana down a set of stairs. Jesus Christ.
Jesus Christ.
You
So-
have a problem with characters whose names start with M. In
Not
this.
true. Yuki Mishima, he's great. I'd kill for him. But everyone else, yeah.
Well, that's a why. I mean,
Yeah,
I
but
don't
no one
know
ever
how many-
calls him
sorry.
Yuki Mishima. He's just Mishima to literally everyone.
Machinima?
No.
Machinima Realm.
Jesus.
Oh god, have I? This is still related to Persona 5. Did I ever tell the story about Mishima and my friend Ben?
No, I don't believe you have.
Okay, so spoilers, but in the original Persona 5, at the very least, in order to get the complete true ending, you need to progress Mishima's Confidant. You need to finish it. It needs to be rank 10 by the time you go to the final dungeon.
Right.
Otherwise, you're fucked.
Fair
Now,
enough.
this was a point that I made very clear to Ben when I first lent him my copy of Persona 5 back in like 2018. I was like, hey, literally just do Mishima's Confidant. That's it. That's all I'm asking you to do. And
Yeah.
so he comes to me during science class one day and he's like, hey, I'm at the end. And I'm like, cool, did you remember to do Mishima's Confidant like I told you to? And he was like, no, why would I do that? I'm like, literally, it's the only thing I told you to do. You can't get the true ending now. And he was like, oh, what? And I was like, yeah, when's the last time you saved, bucko? And he's like, I don't know, like a week before the last dungeon. I'm like, cool, how far did you get him? And he was like rank 6. And I'm like, how did you even 10?
Mm,
And I was like, how did you even do
that's a
that?
disparity.
How did you even do that? The game tries to get you to hang out with him all the time because I think he's the only character who will message you when he's free, no matter what.
Yeah.
It does sound like me in Three Houses that one time. I tried to do the Crimson Flower route with Edelgard, and found out the day of her coronation or whatever that unless I had done some very specific things first, I could not do her route. So I had to basically start over from October,
Oh.
work my way all the way back to February. And that was the time I beat that, and that was the time that I beat about a quarter of Fire Emblem Three Houses in an afternoon.
Wow.
Duncan, you didn't get Edelgard's Confidant to rank 10.
I only needed it to be like rank 2, okay? And I didn't even do that. And I
Actually,
also had to talk to her. Maybe.
the most ridiculous part of this story, though, is that, like I've mentioned, each Confidant has benefits, and it could be super OP, like the previously mentioned Maruki, or it could be like, okay. Most of them are good, though. But Mishima's Confidant bonuses net you extra experience points. Why would you consciously turn away from that?
Yeah, that does seem a bit odd, doesn't it?
Yeah, and especially if you're switching out your party a lot, because unlike the first, well, at least 3 and 4, after you unlock it, like start as Confidant, all your party members will get experience no matter what. But only by completing it will everybody get the same amount. So it's like, why would you go out of your way not to complete it? Like, some people are like off-put by his personality, but I don't think Ben cares about personality. Like, he said Makoto was best girl. I can't trust people like that.
Hey, well, you got to think of it this way: when we were playing Ruby Combat Ready for Tabletop Sim, all the characters were best girl, apart from Penny, who was best girl work in progress.
Well, from what I heard about that gameplay the other day, I would decide that you weren't best girl, Ryan.
I was a side character on my own board game.
Yeah, you walked into the room and then died Well, you didn't die, but you immediately got kicked out.
You got
Smoke
punted.
screened. It was just like,
It's like it was
Wait,
kind of like
what did you do?
It was kind of like the end of Rebellion 2, actually. Just kind of, you got into the train heist, and you're just like, oh, punted.
Death.
I went in first fight. He was a subtle card. We weren't expecting like any speed. We went for a nice average speed. Everything was great. No 7 smoke screen, end duel immediately. I'm like, all right, that's my experience of dueling then. Okay, cool, bye. So yeah.
Yeah.
That's where I go.
I was just gonna go back to like the original topic at hand. So if you had like one more thing to say, go ahead.
I was just gonna say while we were talking about speedruns, we never mentioned the speedrun for my friend Pedro. Any percent on PC is 1 hour, 1 minute, 1 second, and 120 milliseconds. Just so you know, and that's
Not
without
110. You need more
milliseconds.
ones.
Yeah. Time with loads makes that 1 hour, 6 minutes, 7 seconds, and 600 milliseconds. That was achieved today.
Yeah, that is today.
So yeah, but
Topical.
To wrap up the Persona 5.
Yeah. Overall, it has a lot of quality of life improvements over the first one, like not being forced to go to bed at gunpoint and all that fun stuff.
Oh yeah.
And as well as just making like the dungeoning more involved somehow, even more than it was earlier. But again, we started from Persona 4. Expectations are not high. I don't like Persona 4, by the way. Could you tell?
No.
I wrote a whole like mini essay about that just this morning, actually.
Oh god.
I mean, it's not
For
really an
who?
essay. It was really an essay. I just complained about it to my friends a lot because I don't like most of it. I cited the only things I actually liked about it are the 3 different people you accuse of being the murderer. They are the highlight of the game. No, I don't take constructive criticism.
What about Teddy?
Teddy is one of the lowest points. I will take Yukiko and Kanji every day of the week over Teddy. Although I would not take Chie over Teddy. Chie is the worst and I hate her and I hope she dies. That's harsh. I don't hope she dies. That's really mean.
Fair enough. Fair enough. Well, we'll
Yeah,
we'll,
go play
you know,
Persona 5.
Yeah. Persona 5, good. So, Steph, to wrap this
Yes.
podcast up, what have you played?
I played one new thing.
Oh boy.
Because I like to play a lot of things repeatedly. And I've kind of got into it because of Ryan, Martin, and a few other people. And I wanted to try it. Star Wars The Old Republic.
Hey!
Oh, I've heard good things about that.
Right now, I have no idea what I'm doing, yet it's given me a level 70 character to start with.
Oh, you made a boosted character, so you're starting at Onslaught.
What is it? All I know is I just went, I'll make this character and I'll make that. And it just went, okay, you're doing it, it's level 70. I'm like, what?
Yeah, if you make a boosted character at level 70, it completes all the story quests and provides you neutral choices all the way through. But what have you rolled anyway?
Sith.
Good.
It's not the first column, it's the second one in it. I forgot what it is.
Sith Inquisitor then.
Yeah, something like that.
So is Sith basically just like the horde of Old Republic?
Well, I mean, it's split into the Republic and the Empire, and basically each side has classes that are basically the same each way through. So you've got the Sith Warrior, which is then also the Jedi.
Like Jedi Knight?
Yeah, thank you, Martin, and thank you, Steph. Yeah, the Jedi Knight. You've got the Inquisitor and the Sentinel, Smuggler and Bounty Hunter, and Imperial Agent and Storm. Yeah. Republic Trooper, but it's a Stormtrooper, effectively, as Martin said.
So in other words, it can't shoot shit.
And generally, they start based on the side of the Force that they'd be known for. So Siths would generally start dark side, Republic and Jedi's would start light side. But you can change that.
Yeah, I won't change mine.
So you're becoming an evil bastard as opposed to a good evil bastard.
I've heard
I've
that playing a lot.
already started slagging off some the Sith Council or whatever it is.
Ah, the Dark Council. Oh, you pissed them
Yeah.
off already? Cool.
I'm pissing one of them off. The one who's in charge of all scientific crap, who's right now mutating people in my game.
Martin's giving you a spoilerific thing. He's now a member of the Dark Council. I'm the Emperor's Wrath. So, but I believe Andrea had
All
something to say
evil.
there as well.
Yeah, I don't know a lot about SWTOR, obviously,
Mm.
but there's this YouTuber I've watched who's like drawn comparisons to it in the past. The most notable example I can think of was during a over 2-hour-long video calling out Steven Universe for its bullshit.
Ooh.
But I've actually heard that playing a light side Sith is actually really interesting, apparently. So I don't know. I'm just throwing it out there.
I believe Ryan's doing that.
Yeah, I'm running that light side Sith warrior. Probably one of the more interesting bits on it is that the attitude of one of your companions that you get is based on whether you do a light side or dark side action up to that point.
Huh.
So it's like basically you chase after a Padawan or Jedi Padawan who's got the ability to sense the true Force nature of people. And if you choose light side, basically the story for her goes on the idea that you are a Sith that actually wants to bring the Empire into using the light side of the Force, as opposed to being, evil von evil dude. So like part of her companion stories is she's trying to find other other light side Sith, which is a contradiction a lot of the way if you go that far into Star Wars, but still it is fun and interesting as a character. It's also interesting making going dark side as a Republic. It's just like watching them just unravel while still pretending to be a force for good. You're not. But yeah, Steph, how is your 70 Inquisitor then?
Right now, I'm just trying to get a handle of how you. I don't tend to play games like this, to be honest.
Mm.
I've never really got into WoW. I think the closest thing to I don't know if I've ever played it. Closest thing I've ever played to this is like RuneScape.
Yeah.
And RuneScape's nothing like this. Well, the old version isn't anyway. I don't know about the new one. So right now I'm
Newscape.
doing a quest where I've just met one of the Dark Council, and from what it sounds like, I used to be a member. But I left, did something, and I ended up with my own planet. I had my own alliance, as
Fair
from what I
enough.
can understand. And from there, it seems to be that it's got to the point in the war where I have to now pick a side. I picked the Empire. I turned around and my character even said, I have to stay loyal to the Empire. And the person who's helping me at the beginning is like, I knew you'd say that. I've already prepared everything.
Wonderful.
So it's like, oh, you knew I was going to do that anyway. What would you have done if I said the other way?
It's just like they
I
would
was
have just
already
stabbed you in the
prepared.
back.
Yeah, I was already prepared for that. Just stab me.
It's like they were prepared. Yeah, they were prepared for that too. It was just less preparation involved.
Yeah, there's just there's two rooms.
It's just like just
in the same
it's
place.
like it's
Walk
like just
through
as you're about
that
to answer
door,
the question, it's just
you
like
go see
it's
the
like
guy
oh
you
which side. Just as they're saying like which side will you choose, and like just as you're thinking about your answer, the guy's just like holding their lightsaber up to the back of your head. It's just like all right, if
Empire puts it away.
he says Republic, if he says Republic, I gotta.
But so far I have met the leader of the scientific of the Dark Council, who doesn't like me at all.
That sounds right.
As soon as I met her, she was insulting me and everything on the thing, and I just turned around and went, I've come here to make sure you get the job done. But yeah, fuck you, go away. And then I've kind of gone around looking for the scout that we needed, because the scout has all the information we need.
Yeah.
So I've done that. We're fighting on, what's the insect planet from the Clone Wars?
Diagnosis?
Yeah, that sounds right.
Well, I'm fighting them bugs. I don't know if I'm on that planet, but I'm fighting them bugs on it. And she's mutated them. to make them kill better and all the rest of it, but they seem to have backfired and they'll kill everything and anything.
Oh, that sounds right for Star Wars.
So I'm just fighting my way through them. I found in the like half an hour I've played, maybe a bit longer, I found the Scout, and then we find out that a cargo ship has dropped supplies, but we wasn't waiting for cargo. So I'm now running as they put it in the story. I'm now running in time of beating the Jedi to this storage, where my character is hoping to kill a Jedi. But at one point, I did have the thing of, I don't get to kill Jedi, so I want her to fulfill that request, and I want to kill some Jedi. But I'm enjoying it. I have to admit, I have to learn more of the controls and that. I'm assuming it's like I have a lot of the boss abilities already, like my different lightnings. Because there seems to be plenty of them. I seem to have one like two. Number one's lightsaber. Use my lightsaber. 2 to like 8 or 7 is all fast lightning moves.
Right.
And get me if I'm wrong here. When you use a move and another one glows up, does that mean they're linked in like a combo type thing?
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay,
So it's
yes.
like they're your optimal moves to use.
Yeah, that's why I assumed, so that I started, because every time I use 2, 4 normally glows up, 5 might glow up after a certain, like, I've used other abilities at other points. But yeah, I'm enjoying it at the minute. By the sounds of it, I want to, like, start from level 1 and not make a boosted character at some point.
Yeah, I mean, the way that it's very good in terms of its storytelling, because the main story of the original stuff was done by BioWare, and this was done by a BioWare before they ended up. They were pre-Anthem BioWare. Let's do it like that.
Yeah, I was about
Back
to
when
say,
they were young and
if
full of energy.
it was Anthem, that wasn't a story. That was just a downfall.
Young and
Yeah.
full of innocence.
But yeah, I mean, there's specifically there's like a mega achievement in the game, which is to complete every class story. So that'll be 8 times that you would need to go through the story, but each story is individual to that class as well, which is pretty cool. But yeah, I'd say have a character that you could start from the off, because the story is pretty cool.
The only thing I don't get is I'm not finding gear for my level. I seem to be finding gear way under my level.
It's a bit weird how gear works.
But the gear rating's under me anyway, way under. So I have
because
the
you
gear
made a
that
boosted character, you've probably got good gear anyway.
yeah, he's got like rated gear of something like 200, 300, something like that.
Yeah.
And it's all like level 69 equipment. But everything I'm finding is like level 12 and rated like 6. So I don't know if I've kind of gone back on a story and it's not actually completed the early quest.
No, I think from what I remember Martin telling me, Onslaught is a separate story.
Ah, okay.
So
Yeah, so by the sounds of it, when I go back to it, like either later today or tomorrow, I will go back to doing just a standard game. I'll have to look at how to change it, but I'm sure it can't be that hard.
I don't know if you can do it with a 70 character, but you can.
Oh no, I'll make a new character and just change it over.
Yeah, well, you won't have that boost now anyway because you've got that 70 character. So.
Oh, fair enough.
So yeah. Well, I guess that's everyone's games that's being talked about.
Sure is.
Yep.
Which,
Everybody played a game. Everybody talked about their game.
yeah.
Everyone had fun.
Yeah. Which with the lack of news again, I mean, we had the BAFTA Games Awards. Some games won, but other than that, nothing again. So I guess we do the good old wrap up, don't we? But I guess we wrap up with one last speedrun look, which is apparently the speedrun from getting from 1 to 50 in Star Wars: The Old Republic is 9 hours and 21 minutes and 36 seconds. There are no other speedruns, so he's top by default. and that was 2 years ago.
Sorry, which game was this again?
This is Star Wars: The Old Republic, the one that's,
Star Wars: The Old Republic speedrun.
yeah, from 1 to 50, 9 hours. And the rules on that: no use of guilds or outside help, mail, cartel market, or collections, no purchasing of legacy upgrades or buffs during the run. There's a function in it called legacy, which means you can. Every character has got like this shared XP bar that allows you to buy upgrades, and some of them increase the amount of XP that you get. But so none of that. No use of seasonal special in-game events. Please show character creation for easier verification, and timer starts on first input after the first cutscene ends. And timer ends once you reach level 50.
I love
That's a
the
lot
fact
of
there's actually a speed run for first to 10,
yeah,
as well
which,
as first to 50.
which is that's interesting because that's 16 minutes and 45 seconds as a preferred player, which means that's a person who's had 1 month subscription and then let it lapse. So yeah, that's a load more speedrunny stuff.
This is just the episode where we inexplicably talk about speedruns half the time.
Yeah. What
I like
certainly
that. I like that when we are literally at our slowest point, like possibly in our lives ever collectively, we're talking
Yeah.
about speedruns.
Yeah, just a complete opposite of what we should be thinking.
We should be taking our times and savoring our video games and spending as much time playing them as possible.
What fun
because
is in
what
that?
else are we gonna do?
Yeah, well, hey, well, you
No,
know
gotta
what
go
comes out.
fast.
You know what comes out on Friday?
What?
Final Fantasy VII Remake.
Oh my god!
I'm waiting for the end of this month.
Maybe I'll actually finish Final Fantasy VII Remake because I've never finished the original.
I know
But
nothing
literally
about Final Fantasy VII.
2 weeks from the recording of this, Dungeons is out.
Which I think is coming out on the Game Pass. So
I've already ordered it. I don't have the Game Pass, so I have it downloaded. It's already on my desktop. I'm sat there waiting for it
basically Diablo Minecraft.
because it's the only place I could find it on now. Because when you go on the Mojang website for it, it just puts you back to the Windows Store.
Yeah, that sounds right. I mean, Microsoft own Mojang now, don't they? So
Yeah.
Hmm.
Does
I
it
think I'm
tell
gonna just
you
get
on
rid
it
of
if it's part of the Game Pass or if it's going to?
if it's on the list, it's going to be part of the Game Pass. It's in a pre-order section, but it's going to be on the Game Pass from what it looks like.
Fair enough. I don't have the Game Pass anyway, so.
So, well, that's a thing to think about. Right, we will wrap this up then, because I believe food's on the table for people.
Just about.
There we go then. So, if you enjoyed what you heard, like, share, subscribe, do all that business. Follow us on the socials. Listen to the podcast wherever you want to hear it. And thank you, Duncan, Andrea, Steph.
Yes. Listen to it on your phone. Listen to it on your desktop. Listen to it on the moon.
Listen to it while you go sunbathe in a park.
Don't do that.
As long as you're wearing a hazmat suit.
Social distancing.
Yeah.
Hazmat suit.
Yeah, listen to it with your friends 2 meters apart.
No, over the fences.
Oh, the fence panel. Take the fence panel
The
down.
fences will save you.
Yeah. So, with that bad advice, until next week, please, for God's sake, follow
Lock
the
your
rules.
kids up.
Yeah. Get your Roombas to do your shopping for you.
Yeah. Don't
Yeah.
kill each other.
Just don't
Don't
add
get caught.
weapons to them anymore.
Yeah. Bye.
Bye.
See, senor.